Why do so many marriages in America end in divorce? Why is it so normalized for us to get divorced at whatever inconvenience? I mean, there's a lot of the times it's infidelity, it's a loss of attraction, it's whatever. You name your excuse and it's normal. You can get divorced for that reason. But what does God say about divorce? Why do we get married in the first place? What's the point? We got a bold statement. Every divorce that's ever happened in mankind has been because somebody wasn't living like God commanded us to. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no man separate. It's not just a, you should do this. It's not a, this would be a good idea. It's a commandment. What God has brought together through marriage, through a covenant that you've made to each other with God, no man shall separate. There are no circumstances where divorce should happen. The only time it happens is when somebody falls away from God and starts acting on their own accordance. We can't do things through our own power. We can't do things with our own will. It's only the will of God that anything is possible. If I try something, if I try and do it my way, it's going to fall apart. It's going to end in disaster. So why would I think any differently about marriage in that context? Like, just because this is the life that I'm living, this is the life that I'm sharing with somebody else. The only reason that that's even able to happen is that God has allowed it to happen. God has put this person into my life. God has made my circumstances in such a way that now I'm with this person. So for the idea that, okay, now that I've gotten what I want out of life, which is a spouse and potential kids in the future, and this is my future starting now, why would I stop my pursuit of God just because I'm now in a happy place? In marriage, the men are supposed to be the leaders, the carriers of the family. They are the ones that bring the family home to God. We're all God's children, and that stands for the woman that you marry and the kids that you have. Yeah, that's your family, but they belong to God. You are just a steward for our journey here on earth until we get there. And that is something that is lost a lot of the time. There's a lot of fear that can come with that statement. There's a lot of anxieties that can come thinking, okay, so I need to be the steward here. I need to be on my A game all the time. That's just not going to happen. You're not going to be perfect all the time. That's why it's so important to have a woman who is pursuing God first before you. She should have been chasing after God from the start. It's not something that, yeah, you can come together in the faith if you've been married already. It says to not be unequally yoked, but it also says it's better to be married than to burn with passion. So ideally, you're with that person who, when you fall short, when you falter a little bit, she reminds you of where you're supposed to be going. And you have to be humble enough yourself as a man to say, okay, I've got such a good woman that is reminding me what my purpose is supposed to be. So I need to respect her and listen to that, because the other person's always going to see things outside of what you are so stuck in seeing. Our way of thinking can be in a straight line sometimes, and it's wonderful when both of you are following that same straight line. But if you start to veer off a little bit, that other person is supposed to be there to course correct you back towards God. And as men, we're supposed to be the ones driving that ship to God. And what a wonderful thing it is to have a woman who can remind you that you're starting to veer off a little bit. Okay, so great. You're dating, you're with your wife, whatever. The devil wants nothing more than to see you fall. He doesn't want you to go to heaven. He knows that he's already going to lose the war. So his only goal throughout the rest of his existence is to take as many souls away from going home as he possibly can. So if he sees two people who are both on fire for the Lord, every trick in the book, he's going to be doubly trying to take you out. Every little scheme that he's got, he's going to throw your way. And it's so important that you and whoever you're with are so dedicated to God that you can recognize these things. When it's just one of you, he has to fight, he has to try pretty hard to get you. You might falter, you might come back a little bit. But when there's two of you, or a whole family that are getting ready to go be warriors for God, or are already warriors for God,
think of how hard he is going to try and tear you down. Because one person proclaiming the gospel and spreading the good news, okay, great. That's, what's one guy going to do? But then you get generations of people who are pursuing God and who are spreading the faith and doing their part in serving the kingdom. That's what he's really scared of. That's what the devil does not want. He can't have generations do that. So he's going to stop at the head of the household. And as a man, it's so important that we've got to be so dialed in, so focused, so locked in on God that everything else is taken care of. If you have the Lord, what else do you need?